Don't mind me, everyone. This is as my daily reminder to you not to sleep on the Crime Syndicate of America. For those of you that don't know, the Crime Syndicate of America is an alternate version of the Justice League throughout the multiverse, specifically on Earth 3. The big difference between them and the Justice League is that they're the evil versions of the Justice League. All of them have a counterpart to the Justice League. Ultraman's is Superman's, Owlman's, Batman's, Superwoman, Wonder Woman, Power Ring, Green Lantern, so on and so forth. At first glance, Crime Syndicate could be a little confusing because there's so many different versions of them. And there's a reason for that. It is explained in Dark Knight's Death Metal Multiverse End. While Owlman had John Stewart captive, John Stewart explained the whole entire history of the DC Universe with his reboots and retcons and revamps. Eventually, Owlman comes to the conclusion that despite how many times the Crime Syndicate may lose or die or get erased, they always come back. And that's because whenever the DC Universe gets rebooted, retconned, or any continuity changes, that happens on Earth 3. This explains why we'll have one version of the Crime Syndicate that has a certain fate, only for them to come back unexpectedly alive and be slightly different. And although they come back a little different, the broad strokes of the Crime Syndicate stays the same. Minor changes happen, like Hal Jordan is no longer Power Ring, but is John Stewart, and Lois Lane is no longer Superwoman, but instead is Donna Troy. But here's the thing, just don't think too much about it. All you need to know is that the Crime Syndicate is an evil version of the Justice League. Let's talk about some reading recommendations for you. Surprisingly enough, I'm not starting with a comic for a recommendation, but rather a movie, Justice League Crisis on Two Earths. Arguably one of the best DC animated films, this does a really good job at introducing people to the Crime Syndicate, who they are, what they're about, and it's an excellent story with a great ending. After that, I'd probably start at the New 52 version of the Crime Syndicate, which show up in Trinity War, which is a prelude to their big event, Forever Evil, in which the Crime Syndicate take over the Earth, and it's actually up to the villains, and Batman, to rescue it. And the conclusion to their New 52 arc shows up in Darkseid War, which kind of ties everything up into a nice neat bow. I also recommend the most recent Crime Syndicate miniseries. This gives the origin of the Crime Syndicate coming together as a team, as well as at the end of each issue giving the quick 3-page origin for each member. And more recently there was War on Earth 3, which was okay. Other recommendations after you read that is JLA Earth 2, which is Grant Morrison's reintroduction of the Crime Syndicate. Its sequel story, JLA Syndicate Rules. And if you really want to go back, I recommend getting the Crisis on Multiple Earths trade. That collects a lot of the different crossovers over the different Earths, including Earth 3. Crime Syndicate's a great team and a cool concept. Don't sleep on them.